Hey everybody, welcome to Airsoftology Mondays, the show that answers your questions, helps you out in a pinch, and it's also back from the SHOT Show. Last week I told you I finally recovered, all the SHOT Show videos are done, and now this week is the awards that I promised you. So make sure to stay tuned here on the channel. It's your chance to vote on everything that is SHOT Show related. I want to get that news out of the way first. Welcome to Mondays. This show is all about you. It's your questions I take care of. I answer every single week, and it works very simple. You put your questions down in the comment section below. You vote up those favorite ones, and I will dig into those, the favorites, and of course, I dig deep into the list every single week and try to pick out the best ones. Also, I highlight a video every single week, and at the end of the video, and of this video, I have a video of the week, and it's also picked by you guys or some of the channels I see that maybe post on there, and this week is no exception. Things recommended by you or things that I find. Also, before we get into questions real quick, because I know you guys are really into it, I do have the new corgis, the Chinese New Year ones. I've got kind of the girl version here in the little dress. I'm going to try to get a good focus on that. And then I've got the boy version right here. So I've kind of got the two tactic corgis for this. I've also got the brown one still in stock, and a bunch of other patches in the web store. I sell them worldwide, free shipping everywhere. The price you see is the price you pay, and it goes to support the channel. It helps make this show possible. So guys, aside from that, also down below, if you guys want to jump to all the questions down there, I have timestamps. If you guys didn't know that, I always do that down there for you so you can jump ahead. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on into what you're really here for, and that's your questions in the Tippmann mail call. LTR Airsoft team writes, "Hey Jonathan," in comment section, "I must have missed the video or memo, but what are you doing in Taiwan? Have you been hired by G&G or you just like egg rolls? Thanks." First off, I haven't seen any egg rolls here, so Anyway, no, actually, I've moved. I'm here in Taiwan. This is home now. It puts me closer to Airsoft. No, I've been hired by G&G. I'm still here independently. This is my place, what you see behind me. And this is what I'm doing. It just puts me a lot closer to everything. I do travel back to the United States. I'm back and forth there. You know, like SHOT Show. I'll also be going to IWA this year in Germany. If you guys don't know, that's kind of the European SHOT Show with all the new releases and different offerings. There's different companies exhibiting there that you don't normally see at SHOT Show. But I'm here so I can get a hold of all the cool new things early. It makes sense because most of Airsoft, you guys didn't know this, is based in Taiwan. There's still some in China. That's usually your lower cost, the cheaper products. And most of the Hong Kong companies have relocated here to Taiwan. It's become the hub of airsoft manufacturing in the world. Of course, there's still a few in Japan, which is actually a very short flight for me. And Hong Kong's like a 1-hour flight away if I want to go check out some of the cool stuff there, like PTS and some other great companies that are still there. Or Ares, which Ares even has a factory here now in actual Taiwan as well. And of course, I got access to companies like you mentioned, G&G, VFC, and so many more. So that's why I'm here. It just makes sense for me to be closer to all the airsoft action. So you might have missed the memo. I don't really bring it up that often, but yeah, this is new home for me. Jared Crowder writes, "My team and I run the Beofeng radios and was wondering what frequencies that we can use without having a ham license. Where would I find more information?" So for that, assuming you're in the United States, you're going to go to the FCC, Federal Communications Commission website of radio frequencies that people can use without a license. But I'll give you the short version. Just do a quick search for FRS or GMRS radio frequencies. Those are going to give you the frequencies that are free to use without a ham license, a really expensive license. They're going to be published on the FCC website as well as a bunch of others, and these are what I use on my Beofeng as well. On that, is on top of it, make sure your power level is set right. They're going to give you power recommendations. Most of the Beofeng radios will allow you to transmit at a power level of 5 watts. Some are even 8 watts, which is above the limit that you can do for the FCC in the United States, what's allowable for those frequencies. You'll need to set it down lower, which you can do, to I think 3 watts or 2. I don't quote me on that, but it is all in the postings. Just said, do a quick search of FRS or GMRS radio frequencies and wattage allowances on Google, and that'll give you the answers you're looking for. Then you'll be able to operate your Beofeng radio within those legal boundaries. Kirsten Phillip writes, "Is it true that you can extend range by just using heavier BBs without changing feet per second nor hop-up systems?" No, not really. In fact, heavier BBs typically are you're going to lose a little range, maximum range, and that's my experience. It's a heavier BB, the actual feet per second once the BB leaves the barrel, because it's a heavier BB, is going to be slower, and it's going to give you less distance typically when you're using a heavier BB. It's going to be the opposite effect. However, it's going to give you, in my opinion, what we call effective range, and that's when I do reviews, it's like, oh, this gun shoots this far. It's why you never see me really talk about those kind of things, because effective range is really the range you can hit the target you are aiming at. I find with heavier BBs, the effective range, the distance where you can point the weapon, the airsoft gun, put your red dot or your sights on it and then pull the trigger, is better, farther with a heavier BB. In my experience, meaning that the BB is going to fly straighter for longer distances and stay more true. Because the lighter BBs will kind of go left and right and up and down all over the place, like a 0.20 gram BB. But if you move up to a 0.30, which is what I love, or 3.2s or 3.3s, 0.232, 0.33, then you end up, for me, I find I have more accuracy and effective range. Also, wind that's out there blowing in the field affects your BBs less, and if you bump into a blade of grass or something like that, has a little less effect to it than on the lighter BB. That is my experience. If you want more range, hop up does help, absolutely. Ultimately, and I've covered this many times in videos, to get more range, you're going to need more power out of your airsoft gun. You're going to want to put a bigger spring in it and find a way to raise the feet per second of that BB as it leaves the barrel. That's going to give you the more range. That's why a sniper rifle that shoots 550 feet per second will outshoot distance-wise an AEG that shoots 400 feet per second or 350 feet per second. It's always going to do that if they are tuned equivalently, if they're tuned the same way and set up correctly. You're always going to get the more range with the more power. That's ultimately it. You got to give yourself more oomph, but you will be more accurate at range with that heavier BB. And I hope that helped kind of mix things up and kind of give you an idea of what effective range is, because it is very different than maximum range, which is kind of like when you're pointing the gun way up and lobbing the BB in and praying that it might hit, because at that distance could be like, 6 feet or a couple meters to the left or a couple meters to the right of your target, versus a heavier BB could be like really close or right onto your target at that distance. No Content writes, hey Jonathan, love the show. I have a very eager question to ask you regarding the Krytac Posidon. Will it be a new gun lineup or just a variety of upgrade parts? Right now, according to SHOT Show, it is just a variety of upgrade parts. And in fact, the gun they showed at the EVIC booth, which is the distributor for Krytac in the United States, showed a Posidon gun, but it was just presented as all of the parts put together into one gun, so you could see all the options and the things you could get added to a Krytac AEG. I'm not sure in the future if we're going to see a Posidon AEG. That I think is in the roadmap. There was some discussion when it was first announced last year, when they announced the Posidon project. This year is the first time we're seeing all the pieces in real life put together in one project. I think you're going to see Posidon initially as upgrade to the AEG. I think you're going to see eventually Posidon be the top tier Krytac. I have a feeling that's going to be it, but don't quote me on that. There's no official release or word on that one, but there is that. I think the big news from Krytac was the announcement, just to kind of go a little sideways, and I'll be putting a video up on this week actually, about a new license of kind of a really cool DMR, hybrid M14 kind of modernized version of the rifle. It's a pretty cool setup. I don't want to give away too much. I'll have the video later this week, and I'll put a link in the corner when it's live. But yeah, that's the news on the Posidon project, and I'll keep you updated as I get more information. Shoot to Miss Wrights, Jonathan, the true burning question, does pineapple go on pizza? Well, if you live in Taiwan, the answer is absolutely yes. If you're me, the answer is no. I know this is like a dividing question for everybody in the world. I am definitely in the camp of no pineapple on your pizza. I'm on that side. Then the people over there, they'll love the pineapple on the pizza. Don't get me wrong, I'll eat it. I like the Hawaiian style pizza, as you call it, the ham, the pineapple, and all that on there. I will eat it if that's the only option I have. But for me, a pizza is savory, it's not sweet. That's just where I draw the line in the sand. Given the choice, I'll pick any other option than pineapple on my pizza. It's like the last thing I'll ever pick. But I'm curious, since I know we're talking airsoft here, but what's your thought? Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I'm going to see in the comment section what the votes are next week. We'll come back with it. All right, guys, that's it for questions this week, which means it is time for the Code Red Headsets video recommendation of the week. And this is the video recommendation that you guys pick, or sometimes I dig out of the deep depths of YouTube. And this one actually comes from Citizen Mike. He was actually asking a question, and I'm sadly, I ignored your question. I'm sorry, Mike. But he does have a good channel. He's like, hey, have you seen the video of the week? He's self-promoted, and I do allow self-promotion. It's cool. I love shameless self-promotion. If you guys go back to the podcast days, you know I was big into shameless self-promotion back there. It's kind of one of my little words I use. Anyway, this one is a 62 pistol kill video, so this one's definitely worth watching. It's pretty cool. Up and coming channel, again, that below 1,000 subscriber mark, but still has some good numbers. He's starting to grow. Channel to keep your eyeballs on. Definitely watch. And this one, like I said, is a highlight video of those 62 pistol kills. Of course, you're watching it right over my shoulder here. If you guys like it, really, I enjoyed it. Again, enough for me to mash that sub button, which is always for me to add somebody to that subscriber list is something that, you know, I don't just press that button lightly. If you guys like it too, hit the sub button, go over, watch the video, and if you do mash the sub button, let him know I sent you. Well, guys, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. And by the way, I'm filming on a new camera this week. I don't know if you guys like it or not, if it's any different. I don't even know as I'm filming right now since I've never shot on it, if it's going to be good or not. If you guys like the difference, can you even tell? Do you even care? I just want to know in the comment section if you guys even noticed or anything like that. Anyway, until next week, go out, play some airsoft, have some fun, get your questions down in the comment section. But no matter what you do, call your freaking hits.